We know they lost Adam LaRoche to the Chicago White Sox. 2 years, I believe, $25 million. And then now there's been talk about Jordan Zimmerman being traded. They have a bunch of free agents. Adam, I'm going to come to you on this. In 2015, Ian Desmond and Art Span, Pfister, among others, who are free agents in 2015. I guess the thinking is that they don't want to lose those guys or all those guys and get nothing for them. So Jordan Zimmerman may be on the table, and Max Scherzer's, that name's been floating around out there too. What do you see from the Nationals as far as offseason maneuvering?
Yeah, I mean, the one hole they have is second base. They need to find a second baseman, period. And the way they might find that second baseman is trading Jordan Zimmerman, which seems, I mean, that's a pretty fascinating discussion to get into. Like, you know, I mean, this is a team that is like built to win the World Series next year. Is it possible to make your team better by trading your best pitcher? That's a very
so you're calling him their best pitcher.
Well, he was I mean, like, I would say like pretty like objectively he was their best pitcher last year. And so you know, I mean, I think the plan would be, or in the ideal world, if they are to trade Jordan Zimmerman, is you trade for like a young second baseman and another piece, whether it's a prospect or a bullpen arm or something. And that young second baseman has the ability to move to shortstop if and when Desmond leaves. And I don't think it's not crazy that they could also think about trading Desmond this winter. I mean, they've like we reported last week, they offered him 7 years, $107 million last spring/winter, and it didn't happen. And so it's the same boat. Like, do you want to have this guy leave for a compensatory draft pick? Or do you want to try to get something for him right now when he would be probably the most valuable trade chip on the market from an offensive perspective for sure. But again, it goes to the same question. Like, this is a really good team. He has been, since they got good in 12, he has been their best player. And so, you know, I mean, like, how do you sort of improve the team or not go backwards when you're in a position to win right now?
Right. Well, Ken, let me ask you, in the here and now, we know that no LaRoche. That means Ryan Zimmerman presumably is going to be the regular first baseman. Do you trust him to be able to fill that role in having not been a regular first baseman for the majority of his career?
For now, I mean, I think there's so much optimism right now, even though the hangover hasn't quite loosened its bite after they lost again early in the playoffs. But to Adam's point, you know, this is still a team in really, really good shape. I mean, if they add the fact that they're even talking about adding a Max Scherzer, I mean, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. And so the fact that they're even thinking about that, or that somebody like Jordan Zimmerman is expendable, that's a sign of a pretty good and well-built franchise. And so people are still in a foul mood about the early playoff exit, and so they're not quite ready to think about next year just yet. But yeah, I mean, I think they can shift some things around and be in good shape. And if they can add one more piece or two, whoever it is, I mean, people are going all over. But if they can add one more piece, you know, they will continue to be a scary team. And again, to Kilgore's point, they just can't go backwards, and so they can't make that one bad signing or they can't make that one bad trade. They have to continue to at least hum along the way they've done, and they should be okay.
Well, Dan,
sorry, I was going to say, like, if they think that Jordan Zimmerman is expendable, they're probably kidding themselves, or they likely are kidding.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Dan, should have raised an eyebrow that Jordan Zimmerman's even on the table.
No, I mean, I think it's smart. Like, certainly 2 out of the last 3 years, they would have seemed like probably World Series favorites, or at least NLCS favorites, and it didn't happen. So I think that you can't overemphasize the next year when they should certainly be a major contender at the expense of them 3, 4, 5 years after that. And I mean, I think most Nats fans would rather take 4 or 5 more whacks at it than put all of your eggs in 2015.
Okay.
I think Ryan Zimmerman would be good at first. He learned left field so quickly.
I think it'd be great. He's a really good athlete. Like, he's not like he can't like run fast and jump high, but he's a really athletic guy.
We do.
But I mean, like, he's in great hands are gonna be unbelievable over there.